let's talk a little bit about Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. The Tom Brady roast went over. It was a tremendous success, fellas. Everybody watched it. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody had their different sector of categories that applied to them. They had Kim Kardashian there. They were booing her. Gronk's over here spiking shot glasses. I mean, there was a lot going on. Kevin Hart was, looked really short at the roast. There was a lot going on, and there was a lot that came of it. But one of the things that continues to be discussed, fellas, as we come out of the Tom Brady roast was interestingly enough, one of the only times that Tom Brady got up and told a comedian not to say anything or to stay away from that was when he talked about Robert Kraft and Asia's Orchids of Asia, which obviously, if you're not aware of that, that was the massage parlor that Robert Kraft is connected to, putting some of his hard-earned dollars into.
Mysteriously disappeared?
Yeah, mysteriously disappeared. Fellas, there was a moment where Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick did a toast on stage. This almost came across to me as Tom Brady was using his name and his brand to help not only to help mend fences between Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft, but it almost seemed as though it was more about Robert Kraft getting an opportunity to clear the air and kind of distance himself away from some of the narratives that are being created about how he felt about Bill Belichick. Do you feel like there's still drama and beef between Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft? And from y'all's perspectives, is this damaging to Robert Kraft where things are right now?
Listen, there will always be somewhat of an unspoken tension. The reason is Bill Belichick goes to New England. We know what he accomplished. Drew Bledsoe gets hurt. Brady comes in. The rest is history. But when you, in essence, get fired, I don't care who you are, that's going to rub you the wrong way. Whether you felt it was warranted, it's going to rub you the wrong way. We can sit as professionals and, we think this is the right move. You're always going to think it's the wrong move if you're Bill Belichick. And Robert Kraft is like, we're not winning. We're not developing guys. We can't find the right guys on offense via the draft. We never do. And so was it the right time to move on? Yes. Bill Belichick will never think it was the right time to move on. And so to me, there will always be tension because Bill Belichick is a competitor and he feels like I can turn it around next year and then I can turn it around next year and then I can turn it. It wasn't happening. So I believe it will always be respect, but they'll always have that tension because Bill Belichick guarantee firmly believes he should still be the head coach of the New England Patriots.
What you think? Stretch?
Man, I have to agree with TJ, man. I really believe that there will always be tension because, listen, like you said, he got fired. And I remember when the New York Giants let go of Tom Coughlin, they actually had a press conference. And it was like, what the hell is the press conference about? You basically just fired the man. And I remember Tom Coughlin giving his little speech. He wasn't ready to go. I don't think he thought that it was the right time for him to part and no longer be the coach of the New York Giants. And when he walked by John Mayer stuck his hand out to shake Tom Coughlin's hand coming down the stairs.
Coughlin's the best.
And Tom Coughlin walked right by him.
Like, you could hold that hand.
Listen, I've just bought 2 world championships here in less than
against
5 years.
The greatest team in the history of the game.
In a 5-year period, and now we have one bad season, and you're firing me after the 2000, I believe it was 13 season, I believe. But yeah, so there's always going to be love lost. I mean, when you get fired as a head coach, especially, listen, Rob Kraft was there. Bill Belichick was there 24 seasons. 6 world championships, 24 seasons. I think they combined for the most wins in NFL history with 333 wins together. That would never be done again between a coach and an owner and a quarterback being together the whole entire time. So, listen, what do you expect? So I expect Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft not to get along, and that's just what the relationship is going to be moving forward.
You know, they'll get along, but it will always be like, I can't believe you fired me. Unspoken.
Do you think they'll laugh it off after a while? Do you think they'll get to a point where they can tolerate each other?
Hey, they better get to that point soon. It ain't like they got forever.
TJ, I've said on this show several times that I never believed that Bob Kraft will fire Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick will have to resign. But from an ego standpoint, Bill Belichick is not going to resign.
No, and that's why it's a tension.
In essence, he kind of feels that you owe this to me based off what I have brought you into this organization with these 6 world championships. I deserve some grace. I don't feel that I need to be treated or should be treated as these other coaches in the NFL based off of what I have done.
Hey, Plex, it's like being in a relationship, right? It's like being in a relationship and
you'll never find nobody better than me.
Hey,
you'll never find nobody better than me.
You know you need to leave what you like. Man, I hope he or she just leaves. Just leave.
I want them to leave first.
Yeah, I want them to leave first.
Trying to make them break up with you.
You know it's not going to work. You know it's not going to work, but you just go ahead and leave. So then when that person doesn't leave, you're like, man, I got to go ahead and make this decision. I got to make this decision. It's been going on too long.
And then on top of that, man, you look at what Tom was able to do, man. That's legendary. It's probably never going to be done again. And then he leaves. He goes down to Tampa Bay, wins another chip, and now you're Bill Belichick looking at the legacy that has been created while Tom was there. Now he's gone, and now you're trying to replicate the same thing. It's not going to happen.
All right, so listen, this is the CBS NFL. One of the writers came out with a power ranking of this year's quarterbacks, Cody Benjamin. And we could debate the top guys, and we could get to that, but I got to say, putting Daniel Jones at 32, fellas. They got Daniel Jones at 32, and they got Bo Nix. They got guys that haven't even played in the league yet rated higher than Daniel Jones. They got Bo Nix. They got Jayden Daniels. They got Caleb Williams. Basically, all of the guys that got drafted this year ranked higher in the power ranking than Daniel Jones. First and foremost, that's disrespectful as hell to take
but you know what, though, man? That's good because that gives you motivation, man. If you're a competitor.
It's supposed to, you think.
If you're a competitor, bro, that should motivate the you-know-what out of you. Like, y'all really think some dudes that have never taken a snap in the league, that should motivate him, man. It really should.
We're about to find out.
They got Aaron Rodgers at 11, so he's not even in the top 10. They got Tua at 12, not in the top 10. They got Kirk Cousins at 14, not in the top 10. They got Trevor Lawrence at 15, not in the top 10. They got Russell Wilson at 19th. And now here's the one that's pretty crazy. They got Kyler Murray at 21. All right. Now let's go back to the top. Of course, we know who's number one. All right. They got Patrick Mahomes at number one. But here's where it gets interesting. Brock Purdy at number 2. Josh Allen at number 3.
They wrong on that. They wrong.
Joe Burrow at number 4.
They wrong. Once you said the number 2, they wrong.
C.J. Stroud at 5. Lamar Jackson at 6. Jalen Hurts at 7. Dak Prescott at 8. Justin Herbert hitting you up at 9, and your boy Jordan Love rounding you out at 10. That's your top 10 right there. How off are they? How off is this one?
Wrong is 2 left feet.
Dang.
You can't
try to run around with 2 left feet.
You can't put Brock Purdy number 2. Now, me personally, I would have Brock Purdy's top 10 for sure, the way he's played. But number 2? Come on, man.
All right, who's your number 2? I'm going to tell you who my number 2 is. Who's your number 2?
Joe Burrow.
I got Lamar Jackson number 2.
Joe Burrow's number 2. And then Josh Allen is number 3.
You know, his wrist is still a little shaky.
Joe
that ligament
Burrow
in that
is
wrist.
number 2. Josh Allen is number 3.
See, I think you're being a little biased.
I'm not being biased. I'm being realistic.
He's not being biased. I would say you could go either way with the number 2 with Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow.
I mean, the man just won the MVP of the league.
He did.
And it's his second one.
He did.
How do you have a reigning MVP not number 2 on your list?
Number 2. I would say he's number 2 on my list. Then I would go Joe Burrow.
Yeah, 4, I can do that. Who's 4?
I'm not putting Josh Allen in my top 5. I'm just not doing that.